everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Backstage Pass. I'm just gonna go ahead and start. Whoa. The sky outside is already completely dark. Did I really spend all day here? A blast of chilly wind makes a shiver race through my body.
Cold?
John appears behind me. I can't tell if he's angry or amused. Instantly, my muscles tighten. I turn away from him before he can see my face. What are you doing here? I speak slowly, trying to make my voice sound calm. It sounds more accusing than anything else. John curls a strand of his bangs around his finger and gazes at it idly.
Lloyd's an old mate of mine. I was just popping by to see how filming went.
My mind connects the dots quickly. You're the one who gave him my contact info.
I'd be lying if I said no.
Why? I thought I was selfish and unreliable.
You're the only makeup artist in the area I know, and it was rather an emergency.
So I'm his last resort. Better than nothing, I guess. I pull my sweater tight around my shoulders and march towards the bus stop.
Where are you going?
My school. Why do you care?
Do you need a lift?
What? You're offering me a ride?
It's cold out and you need a lift. I can provide one. It's no more complex than that.
So now you're a gentleman. John sighs.
You'd prefer it otherwise?
Should I go with him? Accept his offer? Say you'll be fine. Let's accept his offer. Why not? Maybe we'll get closer to him. I really don't want to accept anything from John, but practicality wins out. The sooner I get back, the sooner I can sleep. Fine, why not? Let's go.
Well then, let's get you back, shall we?
The ride back feels uncomfortably quiet.
I hope work went well for you today. Don't be shy.
Are you trying to aggravate me?
No.
He responds placidly. You know, I'm not good with people like you are. I get scared when there are too many people around.
If you think I'm good with people, I must be a better actor than I thought.
You're not scared when you film, are you?
I'm terrified.
He almost looks hurt that I'd suggest anything else.
Acting is about being vulnerable, about showing the most raw parts of yourself and hoping that people don't walk all over it. When I was first cast as Knight, I was certain that everyone would hate my performance. At that point in time, I was entirely unheard of. I spent hours pacing back and forth in my tiny flat, wondering if I even should have accepted the role in the first place. It was the chance to finally be known. All ruined my career entirely.
But I thought everyone loved you as Knight.
Everyone but me. Every time I watch it, I see things that make me cringe. There's a lot I would do differently now. Still, there's no sense in dwelling on the past. Onward and upward.
I'm sure you did great.
You haven't seen it.
I'm afraid not. Sorry.
No need to apologize. It's not a requirement to know me. I don't think it aired outside of the UK anyway.
I've seen DVDs on sale around here. I'd like to check it out.
Don't bother unless you like fantasy and Brits. You don't have to watch it on my account.
You sound like you don't want me to see it.
The character Knight is such a legendary hero, I'm rather eclipsed by him. I suppose that I'm trying to escape from him, but after 3 seasons, it's difficult to get audiences to see me as anyone else.
His eyes grow distant, and for a moment, I see a hint of disappointment on his face.
But the truth is, if I can't escape the image of a single character, then I'm not a good enough actor. But that's neither here nor there. This is your university, yes?
Yeah, this is it. Thanks. I head straight to bed as soon as I get back to my dorm. Today was much more exhausting than I expected. The added surprise of seeing John was especially exhausting. He doesn't seem that mad at me, but I still get the feeling he looks down on me. Ugh, I just want to forget about him. Thankfully, it's Friday night, so I get the luxury of sleeping in for once. I turn my alarm clock off, pull the covers over my head, and fall asleep within a few minutes. I wake up with a jolt. How long have I been asleep? Am I late for class? No. Today's Saturday. I sigh and sink back into my bed. Sleeping sounds like a really good idea right about now. I notice my phone blinking. Oops, I must have gotten a text message while I was asleep. I grab my phone and check the messages. Got a potential job for you. Come see me at the coffee shop on Main and 21st noon this Wednesday. I fire off a reply to Benito, then toss my phone back onto the table and stare at the ceiling. I can't believe I'm this tired. It feels like the past week has been nothing but work, homework, and sleep. Is that all there's going to be from now on? My phone rings. I roll over and reach for it, but it's just out of my grasp. I crawl to the edge of my bed and stretch for it. Ah! Ow. My face and the carpet are now close friends, or close at least. On the bright side, I managed to grab my phone on the way down. I flip it open. Hello? I attempt to mask the pain in my voice, but I'm not terribly convincing.
Sean, honey? Are you all right?
Huh? Oh, I'm fine. I just fell off the bed.
Are you hurt?
I'm fine. What's up?
Your father is awake.
That's great. They know what happened?
At the moment, the doctors think it was just exhaustion. They had to let a few people go, so your father has been pulling extra shifts.
As if they're not overworked already. Mom sighs.
Tourism has been down. The hotel just isn't making as much as it used to. The good news is that the bulk of his recovery is simply lots of rest and plenty of fluids.
Most?
He was stocking some high shelves when he collapsed. His kneecap broke into several pieces, so they'll be putting some metal pins into his knee. He says he's hoping to get a robot eye as well.
That sounds like Dad.
They'll be letting him go in a week, but they say that the first stage of recovery will take several weeks, so he won't be able to go back to work for a while.
Well, Dad's always said he wanted a vacation. We both force a half-hearted laugh at my joke. Part of me regrets even saying it.
So far, everything is going smoothly. They say that if he had landed on his head, he wouldn't be so lucky.
My stomach starts churning. I know Mom's trying to be positive, but knowing how close Dad was to death makes me feel even more ill.
I'm calling to see how you're doing. I know this must be hard on you.
Me? What about you? Why are you always worrying about me?
Because you'll never think to worry about yourself.
Mom sighs.
I'm sorry. I think you got that from me.
I just don't want to make things harder on you, you know?
We're your parents. We're supposed to take care of you.
No, we're a family. We're supposed to take care of each other. I'm not really sure what to say. Mom doesn't seem very sure either. For a few seconds, I lie on the floor, listening to the soft buzz of static on the cell phone. Oh, I got a job.
Sean.
It was just a one-time thing, for a TV show. Well, I don't know if it'll be a TV show yet. The director is a guy who directed Double Agent. You like that show, right?
What about your studies?
Mom, I'll be fine, I promise. Mom sighs. I've heard that one before. It's the one that says, I think it's a bad idea, but I know I can't stop you.
Just don't fall behind on your studies, all right?
Promise.
I have to get back to your father now.
Yeah, tell him I love him.
I will. And he loves you too. We both do.
Yeah, later, Mom. I love you. I hang up and crawl back into my bed. It's going to be difficult to balance out work and school, but I'll find a way. I look at the weekly planner on my desk. I told my parents I didn't need one, but it looks like it'll come in handy now. Classes are in the morning. Homework is for the afternoon. I need both to keep my grades up. I can take a break or explore the town anytime I feel like. Of course, if I have work during any of these time slots, I'll automatically head to work instead. This is going to be an interesting year. Ooh, okay, cool. So now we can plan out what we want to do. So we've got classes in the morning. And then this is for the extra stuff. So let's do studying, blog, work, sleep. I don't know what that is. Okay, so we need to make sure... Okay, we don't have any fatigue right now. It seems like we're okay. Let's do some blogging on this one. Let's do exercise and fitness. Oh, wait, but Wednesday was... Yes, meet Benito, that's right. Okay, okay, good.
I trust by now you've all purchased your necessary texts. Remember that it's not enough to merely purchase the book. You'll have to read it for it to have any effect. Remember to go through your things regularly and use them, or you'll find yourself very disappointed.
Professor Koval has a point. I should look through my stuff and make sure that I actually use it. Benito is already waiting for me when I arrive at the coffee shop.
Sean, over here!
He puts down the deck of cards in his hand and waves at me.
How are you?
I'm fine. He tilts his head and inspects me carefully as I sit down across from him.
You need to get better sleep.
He returns to shuffling his deck of cards idly, stopping occasionally to glance at the top card. I get plenty of sleep.
I didn't say more sleep. I said better sleep. Something's on your mind, and it's keeping you from sleeping well.
Well, I feel you on that one. There's just a lot going on right now.
Do you want to talk about it?
He checks the top card of his deck and frowns. Probably not the card he was hoping for. I'm not sure how to tell him that I'd rather not talk about it, but he seems to realize that.
It's fine. In your own time. Anyway, did you start that blog like I suggested?
Yeah, but I don't really see how writing a bunch of articles online is going to make money.
Well, it's kind of a slow burn sort of thing, but if you keep writing regularly, you'll get more hits. At this point in time, you really need to just keep writing. The more content you have, the better. Got it?
Yeah, thanks.
Any questions?
What exactly was the job that you had for me?
Ah, that.
He pulls out a deck of cards and begins shuffling it again, this time faster than before.
I've got this thing coming up at a fancy hotel. They want me to entertain the guests for a night and see how it goes.
That's great! Congratulations! Benito waves off my congratulations.
It's not as exciting as you think. I offered to work pro bono. I think they were more excited about the prospect of free entertainment than me. I was just wondering if you wanted to be my makeup artist for the show. Looks are everything, after all. I'll still pay you, of course.
Are you sure you need my help? You seem to be doing fine on your own. Benito grimaces.
Drawing on a bit of eyeliner really isn't the same as a professional job. I can't afford to cut any corners on this one.
Well, I'd be happy to help.
Great! It's next Friday night. I'll text you the details later.
Benito hands me a shiny business card embossed with gold script. I think the card costs more than the drinks here. Thank you. I'll see you then. I stand up to leave, but I'm suddenly struck by a question. Hey, can I ask you something?
Anything you want.
Why did you call me here if you could have just texted me about all of this?
I wanted to see how you were doing with my own eyes. You're definitely the kind of girl who would lie and say you're doing okay just to be polite.
Am I really that transparent?
Well, from the look of it, whatever you were worried about isn't as bad as before. I'm glad. I hope things continue to get better. See you on Friday.
You've unlocked a new location, Cafe DM. Come in, buy a drink, and do homework here for a boost in your grade. Ooh, grade boost. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.